The scariest GTA myths and legends of all time. If you've played GTA San Andreas at night, you'll know how unnerving it can be if you happen to drive near Area 69 at night all alone. Especially when you come across this terrifying Easter egg, which is a mass grave filled with body bags. And nobody seems to know the story behind them. Some players have claimed they've witnessed a man in a trench coat and top hat standing inside or near this grave sometime between 2 and 3 AM during a thunderstorm. If you get close to him, he's claimed to wield a chainsaw or a knife and attack the player on sight. What makes this even more chilling is the fact that just west of this mass grave is the creepy abandoned town of El Diablo, which translated means the devil. This abandoned town is equally as creepy because you can't help but feel like someone is watching you. This is the character that many players claim is the serial killer of San Andreas. He can be found wandering around the small desert towns, and he's definitely a shady character and fits the characteristics of a stereotypical killer character. But we're going to move on to number 2 now, because that's nothing compared to this next one. Some players say that if you explore the countryside area of the map at night on foot, you will get a mysterious phone call anytime just before dawn.
Who is this?
This really freaked me out as a child when I was browsing YouTube. If you listen closely, you can hear a chainsaw in the background, which leads people to theorize this has something to do with a chainsaw murderer in the derelict farm buildings seen here. Inside of these creepy cabins, you can find traces of stains on the floor that look somewhat like blood, as well as these trees that have been cut in very unusual ways, and sometimes very creepy looking NPC models can be seen wandering around the area. Some people have linked this creepy location with the abandoned wheelchair that can also be found in the game. This one's particularly eerie because why is it here? Why is there no one in it? And where did they go? This is the character that many people believe is the chainsaw murderer. We travel now to GTA Vice City, and takes place within the eerie, large hallways of the Vassetti mansion, once owned by drug kingpin Ricardo Diaz. Now, in the story of GTA Vice City, we take control of this mansion after killing Diaz ourselves. However, after completing this mission and wandering the Vassetti mansion past midnight, some players claim that Diaz can be heard walking the hallways and that his ghost can be seen walking upon the balconies. The idea of wandering a huge mansion on your own at night is unsettling enough as it is. Even worse if you get a strange feeling that you're not alone. Not only that, but if Tommy stands still for a long period of time, it's been claimed that the camera will start to focus on things around the room. If you stand there long enough, some people claim the camera will start getting closer to Tommy and your health will begin to start going down slowly. You might think this is ridiculous, but this wouldn't be the first time a ghost has been added to the GTA series. Within the deep, dark subway systems of Liberty City, sometimes a strange character dubbed the Rat Man can be seen running away from the player and killing homeless people below the surface of the cold night skies. Despite the name, this is not half man, half rat, and instead a nickname as the conditions the Rat Man lives in within the subway system is similar to a rat tunnel. While exploring some of the tunnels, sometimes blood splatters and strange stains can be found on the floor. And sometimes the homeless characters that live down there can be found running away screaming or dead. At least in the GTA 4 subway tunnels, you're not alone, which is more than can be said about the mine shafts in GTA 5. When playing GTA 5, if the weather is once again a thunderstorm, some players claim that when visiting the infamous abandoned mine shaft, this time something unusual happens. You will notice that there is a pickup truck parked nearby, and nobody sitting inside, suggesting that someone is here for an unknown reason. It is claimed that the solid wooden doors that are already blocking the entrance will no longer be there, and when going inside of the tunnel, the player's torch will begin to flash or flicker. If you listen closely, it's been reported that you can hear someone talking, getting louder and louder as you venture deeper into the mineshaft. What makes this even creepier is that the voice stops once you reach the end, and upon leaving the mineshaft, you'll find that the truck that was originally there is now missing, suggesting that someone watched you as you went inside. If you're wandering through the woods in GTA San Andreas, you may come across these very eerie abandoned vehicles, dubbed the ghost cars. Now what makes these ghost cars particularly freaky is that some of them, when you approach them, will spawn in and roll down the hill as if they've literally just been abandoned. These vehicles are severely damaged, and when taking them to a pay and spray, they cannot be repaired. No matter what you do, the damage on the vehicle will remain the same. The fact that these woods are so isolated and you're so alone makes this even creepier. Tie this in with the phone call mystery that we heard about earlier on, that makes this 10 times more freaky, because all of this could be connected in one way or another. But these ghost cars may be linked to our next one, which of course is the most infamous GTA myth of all time, the Bigfoot mystery. I remember very vividly coming back to school and telling my friends and updating each other on how our hunts were going, because the internet and online gaming was still not very common. Many players have claimed that when they were playing GTA San Andreas on the PlayStation 2, they were driving through the countryside and they would see a mysteriously black big figure running through the tree lines. Others say that they actually got into a fight with the Bigfoot creature and ended up dying or eventually killed it. However, most of the accounts of Bigfoot claim that they saw him far away in the distance, and when they got closer to him, he would then flee away. This whole time, while most players were searching in the deep woodlands of San Andreas, they may have been looking in the wrong place the whole time, because many players claim that the most active area to find him is actually on Mount Chiliad. While Bigfoot may be arguably the most famous GTA myth, it's definitely not the one that's lasted the longest throughout the most titles consistently. The award for the #1 myth in the GTA series is of course going to be aliens and UFOs, which is something that's been present since Grand Theft Auto 3 and took off very steeply during the days of GTA Vice City. In GTA Vice City, the only reference really made to UFOs is the fact that you can actually find one used as a movie prop at the movie studio. But that didn't stop people from theorizing these strange lights in the sky and sightings they apparently had on their games back in the day. Then GTA San Andreas released, and of course with the desert and Area 69 parodying Nevada, lots and lots of sightings began to come in, and of course if you go to the Lil Probe Inn in the desert, you can find pictures and actual evidence of UFOs within the GTA universe. This is where UFOs stopped becoming myth and actually became a reality within the GTA universe. Many players claimed they've seen UFOs and aliens in San Andreas, but of course nobody had any footage to prove it. Until GTA 5 released, where Rockstar made it very clear that they understand everybody's excitement. GTA 5 features actual UFOs you can find, and therefore closes the book that yes, aliens do in fact exist in